Hello, grade twos. So today is Orange Shirt Day. In this video, we're going to talk about what Orange Shirt Day is and all the things we do on this day and every day to remember those who were affected by residential schools. So we're going to start by reading our land acknowledgement. So what is a land acknowledgement? It's for us to remember all the people who were on this land before we even came here. And those people are the indigenous people. And we are on the Treaty 6 territory. So in this land acknowledgement, I will read out the groups of indigenous people who were on this land. We acknowledge Treaty 6 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, as well as the Métis. We acknowledge the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit whose footsteps have marked these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today and those who have gone before us. We recognize the land as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on or are visiting. So here's a prayer. It's a little bit long, so I'm just going to skip over that. But make sure to pray to God to thank Him for all the land He's given us. Indigenous peoples have always been friendly, and just like you and me, they love their families, love to laugh and tell stories, and work hard. Indigenous people love to share their drums and their songs. They love to share their sacred medicines, their stories, and culture. A long time ago, some people told Indigenous people that they could not tell their stories, share their culture, or speak their language. They had to go to special schools called residential schools and could not go home to see their families. This made the Indigenous children think that they were not very important. The children felt sad, and these things hurt their hearts very much. So if you look at these picture grade twos, the boy on the left is wearing traditional Indigenous clothing right here. Um, and the same boy on the right is now wearing clothing that was not his traditional clothing from his mom and dad. So here he's wearing his traditional clothing, and this is what the people at the schools made him wear. Can you imagine being taken away from your parents, your grown ups at home, taken to a different school? And they take all your clothes away and tell you you can't speak your language. That would be so sad. That's what happened to those kids. Even though the children were kept away from their families, they tried to remember their families. They remembered how they were taught to speak their language and how special their culture was. These children kept those memories in their hearts. So they had to keep all those memories in their hearts. So, why orange shirts? When a lady named Phyllis Webstead was a little girl, she went to the residential school. On her first day of school, she was so excited to wear her brand new orange shirt. But when she got to school, she was given a different outfit and was not allowed to wear her new orange shirt. Now, Orange Shirt Day helps us remember children like Phyllis who went to residential schools. So here's Phyllis as a child, and there's also a video on the Google Slides you can watch Phyllis share her story. Now, Indigenous families get to show everyone what special people they are and share the love in their hearts and their love for their families. They again get to laugh, to share stories, and continue to work hard all throughout Canada. They love to share songs and drumming at powwows and teach everyone about their culture. So you'll also find in the slides there's a video with a powwow that you can watch, and there's also another video that you can learn 5 Cree words. We want all children in the world to remember how wonderful they are, and when they see an orange shirt, they will remember. I hope that you will remember that every child matters. And there's Phyllis now as an adult, and she's a survivor of a residential schools. Some people didn't make it through that hard time. They actually passed away, and she survived. So there's a story on the Google Slides as well that you can listen to help you understand a little bit more. Thank you for honoring all those who were affected by residential schools and wearing your orange shirt.